Hi. So today we will talk about soft skills. So we keep hearing about soft skills in our day-to-day life, right? A lot of people talk about soft skills, and they say that uh, the soft skills are as much as important as your hard skills. But sometimes they also mention that the soft skill is more important, right? Um, no matter how much skilled you are, a lot of uh, hard skills, like especially if we talk about the software industry. If you are very good technologist, you learn about, or you have understanding and the experience of a lot of technology, right? But if your soft skills are not good, then chances are that you will not be moving up the ladder. You will have hard time working with your colleagues. You will have a hard time, building and maintaining the relationships in the workspace. So, as they say, soft skills are extremely important for your career growth and building your leadership abilities. So, let's kind of unpack what is soft skills, and uh, we have understood that why this is important, but we let's try to understand what are those skills which we must develop in for growing in our career and um, uh, developing our skills. So okay, so let's start with the very first soft skill, and this is a no brainer. The very first one is communication skill. So communication skill, and this sounds very simple, right? When we say communication skill, people think that okay, the ability to write and speak, right? And the ability to kind of convey your ideas. This is correct, but up to a certain extent, right? So communication skills means your ability to communicate your ideas, convey your ideas effectively, right? The word here important is effectively, right? So effective means your whatever you're thinking, you're able to articulate your concepts and ideas to your peers, to your colleagues, and they're able to kind of understand what you're trying to convey to them, right? So this is the communication skills. So communication skills includes uh, clear and concise expressions. It also includes active listening and feedback. The communication skill is also about understanding the emotional tone and the awareness of the your body language, right? So a lot of things comes here, and I kind of I fit in a lot of terms here, right? So this is not as simple as it sounds. When we say active listening and feedback, this is a whole lot of term in itself. What is active listening, right? So a lot of people are listening, but they're not paying attention to what somebody's saying, right? So this kinds of leads to a selective hearing. You're kind of hearing only a selected part of their speech or their communication, but you're not able to understand on a whole that what they are trying to convey. So active listening is very important. Kind of you are able to pay attention to whatever being communicated, right? The feedback. So feedback is again a very important part of communication skill. When we are working, of course there's a room for improvement, there's always a scope for improvement, so we should be open to feedback, receiving feedbacks and kind of able to improve on that. Skills, as we said earlier, it's about understanding the emotional tone and the body language awareness. So this is also important, right? When you're aware of your tones, when the way you're speaking, the way you're communicating, you're able to also understand the other's tone, the way they are speaking. So uh, it gives you a lot of non-verbal cues and ideas that uh, not only what is being communicated, but how it is being communicated. So this is very important, right? The body language awareness, right? So kind of how you're speaking, how you're carrying yourself, a lot of your non-verbal personalities uh, you know also express, right? It express a lot of things about you. So you should be able to pay attention to your own personality and kind of learn from others personalities who's uh, uh, they are uh, kind of expressing their confidence or exuberant personalities, and a lot of things you can also you can learn by observing. So communication skills includes a lot of things, right? Communicating effectively, active listening and feedback, awareness about emotional tone and the body language, being able to speak in a clear and a concise manner. So a lot of things constitute of a communication skill. So let's move to another soft skill, that is critical thinking and problem solving. Okay, so this is one of the very important uh, soft skills when it comes to comes to building your skills and growing in your career. So what is critical thinking? So critical thinking means the the ability to kind of reason, or your analytical reasoning abilities, your ability to think through the problems, your ability to come with a lot of solutions around a given problem. So problem solving is a very important skills. When you're trying to solve the problem, you not only think in a very straight line or in a very linear terms, but you kind of break down the problem into a small actionable items, and then you kind of think through the problems. And kind of you apply the lot of thinking styles, like maybe abstract thinking or lateral thinking, a lot of things that you apply during the problem solving. So critical thinking is very important, right? Your ability to analyze things, your ability to break down the problems, complex problem, into a small items, and then you solve them and kind of add up together. So you solve the problems uh, coming by very different innovative ways. So this is about the critical thinking and the problem solving. Let's move to another soft skill, and this is no brainer, this is very important. So this is emotional intelligence. Okay, so I think you must have heard this term a lot of times, right? This is thrown around very casually, that we have to be emotionally intelligent, uh, kind of being aware of our own emotions, and a lot of things are said. So what is this emotional intelligence soft skills means, and what about that? So in a very simple and plain terms, emotional intelligence is about ability to understand and manage our own emotions, and at the same time empathizing with others emotion. So right, so it kind of connects two things. We have the ability to understand what is going on in our mind, in our heart, emotionally, how we are feeling. So that is one part, and at the same time we also empathize and try to understand what is going on with others. So it is about being able to understand the emotions of others. You try to see their body language, see their facial expressions, and you try to understand from them that what is going on with them. So this is about the emotional intelligence. And there are a lot of things, right? So if you have a good emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence comes from self-awareness. It comes from the emotional regulations, right? So a lot of things here. Emotional intelligence is a very umbrella term. It includes a lot of things. It is very easier said than done, and a lot of people struggle with their own emotions. When the emotions when the emotions runs high, many people act very irrationally. So this is very important, and it takes time to kind of build skills, right? To have the emotional intelligence, and a lot of things comes here. I will not go in detail. Maybe I had talked about earlier about meditation, mindfulness, and a lot of those things. So maybe you can go through my previous videos and try to understand how you can do meditation, mindfulness, and in some ways it will improve your emotional intelligence, right? So in a nutshell, you have to understand your own emotions. You have to, because see, unless you know what is happening to you, you will not be able to manage your own emotions, right? And unless you understand what is happening around, or unless you have the empathy and the compassion for other people, you will not be able to understand what is happening with other people, right? And emotional intelligence is very important to kind of connect with other people, because without this, you will not be able to build the meaningful connections with others, right? You will not be able to connect with others, because unless you understand them, you will not be able to work in a team environment, right? So emotional intelligence is very important. And there are many ways that how you can regulate your own emotions. uh, I will not talk about those steps here, but this is one of the very important soft skills that you must build. Yeah. So now let's move to another soft skill, and this is teamwork and collaboration. So teamwork and collaboration is very important when you're working in your work environment, in your company, in your work settings. This is very important. Teamwork is one of the most important skills for any candidate, for any employee, right? So your ability to kind of connect with others, to collaborate with others, and then you share your ideas, you learn from them, you try to observe from their working styles, from their problem solving styles, and then you learn a lot of things by collaborating with other people, with other teams. So teamwork is very important, and it includes a lot of things. It includes conflict management, it includes constructive feedback, it includes working on a collaborative projects, right? It working on maybe a lot of patents and files, right? That a lot of ideas that you can come up with. So unless you have a very good teamwork and collaboration skills, you will not be able to work on a very meaningful, sustainable, and very impactful projects in your work settings, right? So this is one of the very important soft skills to have. Yeah. Let's move to another soft skill, and this is last but not least, adaptability and resilience. Okay, so now this is very two loaded words. What is the meaning of adaptability? What is the meaning of resilience? So adaptability, in a very simple terms, is about your ability to be flexible with things coming in, with a lot of dynamics changing around, being able to adapt to the new situations that is happening across. And adaptability is very, very important, I would say. uh, that a lot of things are changing constantly on a daily basis, right? The economy is changing, the work environment is changing, the projects are changing, a lot of dynamics and a lot of variables are changing around us, and unless we are adaptable, we will not be able to navigate ourselves through those changes, right? So adaptability is very, very important. So with adaptability, the next comes resilience. So what is the meaning of resilience? So resilience means your ability to recover from the setbacks, your ability to recover from any failure, your ability to recover from any hardships, any problems that you have come across, any failure that you have come across. So resilience is very, very important, right? When you're resilient, you kind of do not go into self-doubting mode, and thinking that, okay, what is happening to me, maybe I'm only responsible for that. So you do not go on negative spiral, right? You accept that something has happened to you. It's very natural that life happens, but you, at the same time, you also believe in your abilities to bounce back from those failure, from those hardships, right? You believe that, okay, something has happened, but I can work through that, I can navigate these challenges. So your ability to bounce back from the failure and setbacks is one of the biggest leadership quality, I would say. So adaptability and resilience are very, very important soft skills to have. Yeah. So as we discuss about a lot of soft skills like communication skills, emotional intelligence, teamwork and collaborations, and adaptability and resilience, so these soft skills that you build, it will not only help in your career development, but it will also help you in your day-to-day life's challenges, right? In your day-to-day, a lot of things that comes in our life, and we will be able to navigate through that very effectively. So soft skills develops lots of leadership abilities, and it comes handy across in our life, in our day-to-day decisions making, in day-to-day a lot of things that we are kind of looking around, and these are very, very important skills to have, along with your hard skills, along with your technical skills. So just focus on soft skills, practice one or two soft skills on a daily basis, and maybe in some time you will have a lot of leadership abilities that will help you, building good relationships in your company. You will be able to navigate challenges, you will be able to navigate a lot of setbacks, and you will work through your own emotions, and you will understand that how to effectively manage yourself and grow in your career and life. Yeah.